right, another Pennsylvania rifle season is upon us. Today is the second day, November 28th. So obviously I'm back in Pennsylvania. My seasonal term in Idaho ended. I drove home Wednesday, Thursday. I did two 15-and-a-half-hour drives. Got home to Pennsylvania early Friday morning. Got out to camp that evening. I hunted yesterday with my dad. We had a good hunt for the first day. We saw 3 little bucks. One was a 7-point. He couldn't get a shot at it, and the 2 others were spikes. It was a pretty slow day overall, but it was nice to enjoy the woods with my dad. But now I'm driving to a completely new spot. I've only been up here once in my life. I think we hunted it the last day of rifle season last year with my buddy Ryan Shaw and my buddy Ethan Daviau. Ethan and I jumped a really big buck, bedded on the edge of this clear cut in the last day, at the very last light on the last day. So that's where I'm kind of gonna start. Like I said, this will be my second time ever being up here. I really just want to learn some new woods. I'm gonna do a lot of hiking. I will sit if I get on some good sign, but for the most part gonna be hiking around, scouting, and I brought 25 cameras. I won't hang them all because I didn't bring enough batteries for them all, but I brought a lot of cameras to hang and just kind of learn some new woods. I enjoy just being out and learning more about these whitetails, so just gonna enjoy it. Glad to be back in Pennsylvania. Hopefully we can get a nice buck on the ground. Alright, it's probably about 11 o'clock. I just got to the spot. There's tire tracks in here, but it looks like they were just road hunting or passing through or something, because they just did a turnaround and left. There's no boot tracks here. Doesn't even look like any from yesterday, so that's got me excited. This clear cut is like right under your nose, man. It's not remote. I drove right up to it. It's not out of the way. I can hear the highway down there, like, but nobody hunts it. It's just right under everybody's nose. It's just kind of a little backdoor place, and that's like the key. That's what you want, man. I was gonna bring my climber, but I didn't, because it would definitely be an advantage to be able to climb one of these trees and shoot over the saplings, but we're gonna make do with what we can today. I'm gonna sit till dark back here over this buck's bed from last year. Now, if he's alive, probably a good chance he might be in it. It's a place he feels safe. He survived last rifle season in it, so he very well could be in there if he's alive. If he's not alive, there very well could be another buck in there because it's such a good spot. It's right on the edge of the clear cut. He can play the wind, you know. It's so hard to get to him. Like, it is not quiet. It's not easy. I'm hoping to get 150 yards from that bed and just really observe, maybe 200 yards, and just observe everything. So, little fog, rain mix, just a little bit. Foggy, pretty similar conditions to last year. Very calm and foggy last year on the last day when that buck was bedded there. So, let's get at him. Alright, it's a little before noon. I just got to set up. I'm probably 100 yards from where this buck was bedded last year. It's very thick, and I'm regretting not bringing my climber, but it's alright. I'll be able to observe a little bit. There's a little mountain point out here, and then there's a bowl. It's pretty steep, and there's a point over there, and it's all clear cut. The chance of that same buck in that bed is slim. The chance that there's a buck at all in that bed is slim, but when you're hunting these big mountain bucks, you pretty much rely on chance. So you gotta play your cards and just hope it's your day. It's a little after 2 o'clock. I just had a buck stand up and walk. I only saw him for like 10 seconds. It's so thick. I could definitely tell it was a legal buck. Looked like a young buck though, not a big body. Real good sign, real good sign. That gets me pumped. Right in there where that buck was bedded last year. Not exactly, but right close. Alright, it's the third day of the rifle season here in Pennsylvania. Going for a big hike. Not even taking a tripod, not even taking a camera arm. Just gonna go hike and enjoy it. Try to learn this new area, see what I can find. Out of that clear cut yesterday, I ended up getting winded by a doe, so I'm gonna give that a rest and hike up this mountain, completely new one. Never been up it in my life. We'll see what we find. I'm about 3/4 of the way up this mountain. Been seeing a good amount of deer tracks from yesterday. I haven't seen any fresh deer tracks yet. Really steep, very steep mountainside. Thick with grapevines, beech trees. Definitely a perfect hangout for a big buck. The reason why I picked this mountain is because there's 3 or 4 clear cuts way in there on the top. They're the same type of cut I hunted yesterday about the same year too. So if you got a buck doing one thing at another spot, good chance there's other bucks doing the same thing at different spots. So I'm on a set of buck tracks now from yesterday. I went straight across this hill. I'm just gonna keep veering up and try to get on this top and see what's going on. I'm just trying to learn this area, and it's way too steep and thick to track something. It'd have to be a pretty good situation on the mountaintop for me to track a deer today. It's just so thick and steep, about impossible to track one. Alright, it's about 1 o'clock right now. I walked way up in here to the headwaters of this creek. I followed that ridge up, got up there to this clear cut. Turns out you can drive to it. I walked 4.5 miles to get to it. You can drive right to it. Live and you learn, but I'm on some really good sign right now. I got into that creek bottom below me. Noticed all these trails coming out of this clear cut. So I started coming up here. There's a bunch of spring seeps that dump off this hill. Deer feeding like crazy in them. I found a buck bed right here from last night. And there's some good rubs that come out of the bottom corner of this clear cut. The wind is perfect blowing like this. So I'm downwind of the cut, and then I imagine when these deer start coming out, it'll be after sunset. My thermals will just pull right down this hill, so this could be a good spot. There's a lot of people accessing from that top, and they're just walking the roads for sure. This is kind of secluded back in here. There's no one really hunting down in here. Feeling good. I'm sure I'll see some deer. It's just, we'll see if it's a good buck. These rubs are telling me there's a good buck in here for sure, so hopefully he steps out. Well, that little 6-point came in perfect. Textbook. He got to about 50 yards. Probably smelled me. The wind is swirling just slightly. He trotted back into the clear cut. I know he's not the only buck in here, so about 3:45, maybe almost 4 now. Good amount of daylight left. We'll see who else wants to step out. So after that hunt, I walked back down the mountain to my truck. Unfortunately, my truck was broke down. It would not start at all. It took me a few days to get it towed, and it's just been a headache. We're on the 2nd week now. I've been getting out every day, just not to places I really want to go. My dad's let me borrow his Jeep, and I'm super thankful for that. Just really can't get to the areas I really want to hunt. Hopefully my truck will be fixed soon so I can really hit it hard. I'm getting out, getting some rides from friends. Jimmy, Dylan, I can't thank you guys enough for taking me places, and I got out with my friend Jimmy the other day. He got a nice doe, so I'll roll that clip here. And got another video on the way, and hopefully we can make one this morning because I'm going hunting right now. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Well, it's December 3rd right here at Last Light, hunting with my good friend Jimmy, and we've hunted whitetails. We've known each other for 7-8 years.
More than that.
I don't know.
Hell, I've been out of college for 4.
We're old. We're old. We've done a lot of deer hunting together. We've done some missing. And Jimmy just knocked a nice doe down here in Pennsylvania. I couldn't get any on video, it just happened so fast. My camera was on my pack, but he knocked a nice doe down. That was a good shot. How far was that?
That's 200 yards probably. I hit her go high. But
Well done.
she's done. That was a hard shot, dude.
We're clear over there.
Dude, that was
We're on the
broke.
top of this little first hill.
As you heard Dan say, we were walking back here after right here before dark, and he said, well, we'll see if we see anything on this line. And we passed up a couple yearlings, and we come over. I told him, let's keep moving as there's a lot of line left before we lose daylight. I was following behind him, and we seen white tails go up. I don't know, it's probably what, 200?
Yeah, it's 200.
It's close, 200 yards. And I said, stop. And I just put my gun on Dan's
I
shoulder.
got on a knee and he
Yeah.
put his gun right over my shoulder. I closed my left ear.
And I
go.
said, they're both those.
Yeah, I was like, is it
And-
a buck? He's like, no. I'm like, shoot him.
And they both look bigger, and I couldn't really I couldn't really get the gun. It was like really shaky, and I'm sitting there like, well, I'm on it. And I pulled the trigger, and she fell over. It was not the shot that I really wanted, but it got the job done, and
Oh,
you know,
got her.
it is what it is, and everybody makes bad shots, but at least she's not
Good
going to.
shot.
It's a little high.
Yeah.
But regardless.
4 inches high.
Regardless, she's a beautiful doe. Real big, pretty doe.
Oh yeah, 2.5-year-old doe. Good deal.
Now we got all the work starts.
Yeah, about a mile drag.
I was gonna say about a mile back to the truck. This is gonna be a long one, boys.
Yeah, it'll be alright.
But
Not my worst.
thanks, Dan. Thanks for taking me out.
James,
Put
we,
me on 'em.
we broke the curse.
Broke the curse. I mean, like Dan said, it's probably been. We met what? Your sophomore year of high school.
13.
Yeah. And we've been hunting deer pretty much ever since.
Every time we get, man.
We've had some bad luck, and finally it's over.
We got her.
Now it's time to
We
see if we
hiked
get you a buck.
hiked about 10 miles yesterday, and we saw 2 deer. This is the 6th deer we saw,
Yeah.
including that one, 6 deer.
Yeah. A lot of walking. Now we got a lot more walking. A little
I
heavier
don't
though.
mind.
Coming out a little heavy.
I don't mind.
So, well, a lot of work to be done.
Yes, sir. Way to go, James.
Thanks, buddy.